This is the Community Pharmacy New Revenue Roundtable. My name's Breck Rice. I'll be your guide through this event today. I'm the co-founder of ServeRx, and someone mentioned to me on a couple of our last meetings that I need to do a better job of explaining that this is a value add. ServeRx doesn't get anything from this. This isn't a financial incentive for us. We just absolutely love community pharmacy, and we want to do everything in our power to help them not just survive in this economy, but even thrive. And so that's why we put on these roundtables, and we've assembled an amazing group of services and products that can generate new revenue, can even save you cost on expenses for running your pharmacy. So there's some tremendous help here for you, and it's going to be quite a bit of information. So I don't expect you to have to remember everything. If you can just take one thing from today and work on that one thing and get it implemented, that would be great. Some of the programs will be completely implemented for you, so you don't even have even have to do anything but get enrolled. So I'll mention those as we get to them, but some great value here for you today. And one of my favorite things for community pharmacies is finding passive revenue for you. So revenue that can come in the doors without any additional staffing requirements on your part, and even making sales in your sleep. That's my favorite one, to be able to bring new revenue into pharmacies. So as I mentioned, I've with ServeRx, I've been around on the ServeRx side. I've been helping community pharmacies now for about 10 years, but I spent 12 years with the grandfather of third-party claims administration, generic name Third-Party Solutions, or TPS. You've been in the industry for a while. You remember that PCN in your pharmacy system. So TPS was a wonderful program. Just about every pharmacy in the country used that, outsourced their billing for workers' comp. And then big PBM saw the opportunity to funnel all those claims, all those first fills into their networks. And so unfortunately it was acquired, and went to the dark side. I didn't. I paid a pretty hefty price for not going to the dark side with them, but my friends were all community pharmacists, and I wasn't going to do that with them. So after that, my non-compete ran its course, and all the other legal issues that I had to deal with that big PBM. And I'm happy to give the full story sometime offline. I'll tell you.
Good morning, this is Cindy.
Let me mute Cindy real quick. Okay. But when I was able to, we finally started the ServeRx program, and when Will's going to tell you more about that here. But here's the whole reason behind the round table is this Fortune article. When I read this, I said that we've got to do something. We absolutely have to do something to help our pharmacies that have gone, from a profit margin of 36% down to 3% now. So back when I started 20 some odd years ago, it was fair reimbursements. Now today, it's a lot of medications are being asked to be dispensed even below your acquisition cost of the drug, which is really unfortunate. So that's why we launched this. And then, here's some of the other horrible things that we've seen is store closures. Stores that have been around for a really long time that have had to close their doors. One of those stores was open for 106 years before it closed. So really sad. Here's some of the more recent store closures as well. You can see there's 3 that closed just at the end of last month, the end of January. So how can we keep our pharmacies profitable when not only are you dealing with poor reimbursements, But now you got to deal with the DIR fees, and the direct indirect remuneration is ridiculous. The financial impact that has on our community pharmacies, and look at what they increased from 2010 to 2019, increased by over 91,000%. That's the equivalent of, buying a gallon of milk for $3,600. So what can we do to offset that? And I truly believe that pharmacies need to start focusing on non-dispensing revenue. And if you look at some of the breakdown here of what the supermarket chains have done, and the mass merchants, what percentage is in dispensing revenue. Well, independents have really focused on that over the years. That's been what we've done as independent pharmacy owners. But now we need to start to adjust and see, okay, where can we bring in non-dispensing revenue programs? And so we were going to show you some of those here today. I used to play Pee Wee League hockey back in the day. So one of my all-time favorites was Wayne Gretzky. And when interviewed, what made him such a great player, this is his famous quote: "He skates to where the puck is going, not where it's been." And that's what we need to do as community pharmacy professionals. We need to not continue doing what we've always done. We need to break out of the status quo. So I'm going to play a quick, short explainer video here for you about ServRx.
An injured worker comes into your pharmacy. What do? Do they have a PBM card? Who is their carrier? Will I have to make a bunch of calls to find out? Will I get paid? And if I get paid, will it even cover the cost of the drugs? Don't worry. Just send the claim to ServRx. They will do all the work, guarantee payments, and you will even make more. Less work and more money. What do you have to lose? You are probably already contracted through your PSAO. All you need to do is enroll. www.servrx.com.
So as I mentioned, the status quo is really what's going to kill us if we just keep doing what we've always done. And so when you can use the ServRx bin, it doesn't cost you anything at all to use it. You can certainly make a much higher reimbursement on those workers' comp claims. And for my team, Will Shaw is here to tell us more about our program.
Absolutely. Great morning or great afternoon, everybody, depending on where you're at. Like Greg said, this is a free service. We have no affiliations with the PBMs, so we're able to maximize the pharmacy reimbursement on the workman comp claims by keeping these claims out of the PBM networks. And as you can see right here, I love to use meloxicam, as you see on the first slide, as an example, because lately pharmacies, when we do test claims, we usually use meloxicam. When you adjudicate that meloxicam through ServRx's benefit or through a PBM, you'll receive $3 to $4 for that meloxicam. But when you adjudicate that meloxicam through ServRx's PCN, as of lately, we've been seeing pharmacies being reimbursed of $101 to $105. And how we're able to give that pharmacy that higher reimbursement that the pharmacy legally deserves is, one, we reimburse the pharmacy of AWP. For brand medications, your pharmacy will be reimbursed 85% plus a $2 dispense fee. Then for generic medications, your pharmacy will be reimbursed 70% plus a $2 dispense fee. And if you see that 105 for meloxicam on your screen, that's exactly what your pharmacy will be reimbursed in 30 days if you are with a PSAO. And if you are an independent pharmacy, ServRx will pay you for those claims directly in 45 days. We do have a live help desk that's available 7 days a week. So if the pharmacy was to receive a rejection for a claim, we would give our help desk a call. And the great thing about it, like Greg said, this is a free service for the pharmacy. There's no enrollment fees, no annual fees, no monthly fees. If all you guys are with a PSAO, it's already available to you. Only thing you have to do is just fill out an enrollment form. I can easily help you get set up with that as well. ServRx, we're here to just take the work out of workman's comp and help you receive those fair reimbursements that you legally deserve. Again, if you have, absolutely. If you have any questions, my contact is in the chat. You can feel free to reach out via call or email as well.
Yeah, go ahead and put it in the chat again. There's been a few people that have joined since you put your information in. And
Okay.
I think they only can see the chat from the time that they joined. So please feel free to put that back in. And
Well,
thank you very much, Will. Will's a great guy. More traveling than I've ever even done. You know, I don't know if you guys know his background, but he spent 12 years with the Harlem Globetrotters, traveling all over the world. So you ever get a chance to chat with Will about some of the fun places he's been, please take advantage of that. Really cool career, and now we're glad to have him on our team here at ServeRx. As he mentioned, you know, it is a free service. It's a value add that your PSAOs provide to you. The interesting thing too here is that a lot of people say, well, everything's going to, you know, Optum or Express. Well, on the commercial side or the medical or health benefit side, most of it does. I think those three big, you know, CVS Health, Express, and Optum kind of have, you know, a monopoly. Like 80% is going through that. It's not the same with workers' comp. There's still a lot of self-insured employer groups out there that we can do the processing for from the very beginning to the end on that claim. So at least a third or more of all workers' comp could go through our program. And so if you want some help marketing that to the providers, please reach out to us and we'll help with that. I'm going to change the order around a little bit, Scott. I'm going to put have John Kaysen go first. He's logging in all the way from the UK, and so it's a lot later there in the day for him. So I'm just going to fast forward real quick, and we'll come back to everything that we just passed over real quick. But that way we can give John an opportunity to talk about his program. This is the passive revenue. This is what I promised you, that you will be able to make money even in your sleep. This program is more than a discount card, because everybody has a discount card. This one doesn't cost your pharmacy money like most of the discount cards do. John will explain that, but a little quick background on him. One of the smartest IT professionals I've ever had the pleasure of working with. His team built WebMD. So that gives you a little bit of background of what his capabilities are, and they're building a system here that's even bigger than that. So, John, take it away. You here, John?
I'm there, yes,
There
I'm
we go.
muted. So all that technical announcement, and then I can't turn mute on. So it's a bit chaotic. So, hey, yeah, so we built WebMD, putting the consumer in the center of healthcare, complex platform, but very easy to use. And we sold it, and we built Yahoo Money and a few other things. We got brought into pharmacy because there's an inherent circle of problems. It was brought in by a PBM. So 1 in 3 prescriptions issued by a doctor are not collected at the pharmacy. That affects the doctor, medical adherence, health outcomes. It affects the pharmacy. They're not getting the fill rate. It affects the PBM. They don't make their money, and the patient doesn't get better. So we focus on the patient. A lot of dumb cards out there that say you get 8% discount at 62,000 pharmacies. Doesn't tell you which pharmacy. And normally the community pharmacies are the cheapest, so they're not really useful. GoodRx are extremely good. They aggregate 12 PBMs together, but we are cheaper than GoodRx. 95 out of 100 drugs cheaper than GoodRx. We know that through WebMD that they need not just pharmacy, they need services, and they need products, and they need content regarding their drugs and conditions. So we've put a platform together that does that. And we work with extremely large clients like Henry Schein and Medsan and so forth that reaches millions and millions of users. Our estimated reach will be around 70 million users. Will probably by the middle of this year. Talking to Breck, there's this massive issue at community pharmacies, you know, the 35-36% gross margin dropping to 3%. And how can we help that? Well, we've created MyRx Spark. It's a brand that's for community pharmacies. Each community pharmacy get their own version of MyRx Spark. So we know exclusively exactly where those users and friends of users and so forth are and which pharmacy they belong to. Not only do you get your existing fill price that you've agreed with the PBM, you get a share of my fees that I make on pharmacy, mail order, services, and products. It allows the community pharmacy to get out in the community. They have posters and cards. They can put those posters up at laundromats and schools and churches and drive traffic back in to the community pharmacy. And more importantly, all those users, the pharmacy users and the community, can share it with their friends who will not be in state more than likely. And they will be using the MyRx Spark card belonging to that pharmacy out in the country. And because we're cheaper than GoodRx, reversals are going to be limited and you get the revenue share at the community pharmacy level. We estimate conservatively it'll be worth $50,000 a year net profit to the community pharmacy. Breck's great line, you can make money while you sleep. Well, as those users are using the card and maybe using the card at other pharmacies across the country, you're making money while you're asleep. As we talk about layers, there's the core of it. But we have, as I said, potentially 70 million users coming to the sites from all our different partners. And if a community pharmacy is signed up for the service, then we'll be promoting them as a preferred community pharmacy within the space. And there are a lot of things, and me and Beck have been on 2 or 3 calls this week about some new technology that we're sort of working through. And again, anything that we can do to bring in community pharmacy into this circle, we'll be doing. So there is a landing page associated with this to give you an idea. And we're doing some pilots now, and we're going to open it up to all community pharmacies coming in the next 3 to 4 weeks for you to sign up and take advantage of more revenue, potentially up to 50,000. But again, more and more things coming that will benefit you to increase your revenue flow.
Thank you, John. Appreciate that. And actually, one of the really cool things about this program is that online ability. It is like having your very own Amazon store, but then the pricing is even better for the patient than what they could get it on Amazon. So, and it's going to look like it's coming directly from you, and then of course you get the markup from the wholesale to the retail on that. So amazing program. Like John said, conservatively is 50. If you really put some marketing behind it, get it out, like you said, to local community centers and different places like that, it could easily be more. The other program that we're talking about merging in with this will also bring additional revenue dollars in, and it is super, super exciting. We haven't finalized all the details on it yet. David, why don't you just tell real quick, because this is not finalized, but this is to come. That's why it says coming soon.
Thank you, Breck. Just so everybody knows, just like the Wayne Gretzky thing, you're going to where the puck's going to be, not where it's at. Everything is moving towards mobile. In conjunction with that, patients are getting more and more control over their medical records. It's now required by law for patients to have access to their medical records through an app of their choice. Now, you all being professionals, you know that Epic has a pass. Cerner has their own portal. Your other doctor has their portal. So patients are being overwhelmed. They call it hyperportalitis. And so what we've decided to do for independent pharmacies is make custom apps for your specific pharmacy. Now, everybody's seen offerings from, I'm not going to disparage competitors, but essentially they're just making a skin that attaches your logo to it. And they're real clunky and don't work most of the time. We are app developers, so we are making custom apps for your pharmacy. You own it. You control what content you want with your hours or anything like that. Messages to remind people to get vaccinations. We're going to have a link directly to CDC when recommended vaccinations are due. Obviously, we're going to send all that business to you. The idea being that the more you have your patient's health information all in one place, the more you own that relationship. they're going to be less likely to go to a big box or somewhere else. If you have all of their health records, you know all of their conditions, you know all of their medications, you can serve your people better. Same kind of thing as John, we are going to share half of the revenue that we generate from the app. The app is entirely free for your customers. You're going to get increased loyalty, more wallet share from those people. You're going to get this passive income from us. We're estimating between 25 and 30,000 a year. And then obviously push notifications. We're helping them with adherence, reminding them to refill the medicine. And one of the important things that we're doing is allowing them to message the pharmacist instead of calling. That's the main complaint we've had is everybody's calling the pharmacist and they don't want to answer all these phone calls. There's a lot going on here. I know Breck said kind of keep it short. I'm happy to do a demonstration of how the app works. Right now, we are rolling out our first beta group. It's free to the first 10 people who sign up. And once we get it finalized, then we're going to obviously roll it out to all independent pharmacies across the country. This technology is 4 years old. CMS and the VA kind of got us started, and now we connect to 7,000 sources of information, and over 90% of Americans can get their health records using our app. So,
Excellent. Thank you.
yeah, can I just say one thing is that we really tie in with what John was saying about getting the word out, knowing about RX Spark, and then it's also like, hey, manage your entire health from here. We're here to help you do that. You know, the more we can all work together, the more we're going to take away from other. Walgreens announced their app similar to ours just a couple of weeks ago. So we're giving you guys a chance to be actually ahead of them is what we're doing.
Yep. And I've put in the chat there a couple of times. We've had a couple of new people join, but the process for getting enrolled with RX Spark is right there in the link for enrollment. That should be an automatic. Just get enrolled and get started with that. So thank you very much. Appreciate both John and David for explaining that. Let me back up real quick and get to the MyShield product, and this is amazing. I don't travel without this. This is new advanced technology in germ fighting, and always around cold and flu, and now COVID rearing its ugly head again. I don't even get on a plane without having this protection. So it blows hand sanitizer out of the water. This one bottle right here replaces about 60, 70 bottles of alcohol-based hand sanitizer. So, and it's water-based. So it's safe to use even on my grandkids. If I travel with my grandkids, I just wipe them down head to toe with the big wipes that I have. But you should be carrying this in your pharmacies and educating patients on it. And here to tell you more about that is Scott Lamphere.
Thanks, Breck. Hello to everyone. It sounds like we have a great turnout from all kinds of places around the country. And the mission to help community pharmacies could not be more important, because we just can't have limited choices of the big boys, and they're not out just to help patients like the community pharmacies are. And in that mission that we have there, the products that we have, they're all FDA approved. They range from hand sanitizer to wound care to disinfectants, excuse me, and a laundry product, that they're all based on nanotechnology that is, again, water-based. We kill germs physically now, not chemically, because up until now, we've always poisoned them to kill germs, which means we're poisoning ourselves. So we have a choice now, and it not only reacts better on your skin, is that it lasts so much longer. Like Breck was saying, the one bottle of the hand sanitizer, because it lasts 4+ hours without residue, without fragrance, you just truly can't tell that it's on, and it doesn't wash off with soap and water, that the equivalent would be 60 or 70 bottles of the alcohol-based sanitizers. Again, that's just one product. And so these are products and technology you can get behind in your pharmacies, and have a good story to tell, and have your patients feel like you're being progressive and trying to find answers for them. as well as making some new revenues. And we have some really good marketing ideas for you. And I put my information in the chat, and all questions are good.
Yep. So, if you would, if you have some specific questions for Scott, in the interest of time, please meet him in the chat. You can chat with him there directly in the chat. We're going to move on. This is a fun product. If you guys haven't seen this yet, absolutely amazing launch. We introduced it on a roundtables here right before the NCPA conference in Orlando. And then Jonathan took it out there. He only had manufacturing capabilities to serve, I think it was 300 pharmacies initially. And he had 300 sign up in the first day to get this product in. Fabulous product, tastes amazing, and then you get some fresh breath out of it as well. Jonathan.
Breck, awesome intro. Thank you. We have a great product, Breath Rocks, as Breck mentioned. It's a popping breath mint. So if you can imagine sugar-free pop rocks with zinc, that's what you have here. And how this product works is it works in 3 ways. The zinc helps to neutralize the gas in your mouth. Secondly, all that popping action actually activates your saliva. And then all those pieces as you're rubbing around your mouth and enjoying the flavor and all that activation going on, it's scrubbing your mouth. So unlike a Tic Tac or Altoids, it's just perfume. This actually is neutralizing and activating and scrubbing your mouth. And so this product actually, it had been sold on QVC and HSN in these boxes of $30 for several of these little tubes right here. We actually acquired the brand and then actually updated all of it, the packaging. We brought it to independent pharmacies, and so now it's being available on the retail market. We just started shipping it in December. The retail price is $2.99 for pharmacies. They purchase it for $1.49, so you get that 100% markup, the Keystone margin, and it really is a product that, yes, is it a great breath mint? Do we think it's the best breath mint ever? Yes. But maybe more importantly, it's a tool to help you grow your pharmacy, because you're not Dunkin' Donuts. Why are you bringing doctors donuts when you should be bringing them a product that you carry? You should be bringing them something that's fun and innovative. And it also deals with some of the side effects of the medications that they're prescribing. So if they got dry mouth from these medications, this is a product that can help you. Also, you're trying to bring in vaccinations. You've got those kids that are they're nervous about getting a needle out. All of a sudden, if you give them, the watermelon, breath rocks, they put this in their mouth. They're all excited about the party going on in their mouth, and then boom, you're able to jab them. They don't even realize they got their vaccination. They're so excited about this product. You give them the rest of the bottle that costs you $1.49. Now all of a sudden, mom's telling her friends that, her girlfriends, you got to go down to Village Pharmacy. You got to go see, Ken Patel, who's got Breath Rocks, because this is an awesome product. And my kids love getting their flu vaccinations because of the product that they're getting. And so this is a product that really is about helping pharmacies grow by putting a product in their pharmacy that is going to be hot on social media. People are going to be talking and sharing, and they're going to be asking, where do I get it? Well, you're going to be getting it at your local pharmacy. So that focus on the pharmacies is why we've been raising all of our funding from independent pharmacies. So at this point, we've raised over $550,000 of our seed round. That allowed us to be able to, like Breck mentioned, go into production. We made our first 100,000 bottles. Those were all pre-sold at NCPA. We're now in production on our 500,000 bottles. Those will start to be produced coming off the assembly line later this month. We have made one update to the product. So on the labeling, we've added, because we got feedback from some of our pharmacists, we've added neutralize, activate, scrub to get that functional reference on there, especially so that your staff is able to have a little cheat sheet right there. It tells you what it does. And so what we've been able to do, thankfully, is we've signed a big sales and distribution agreement with a convenience store co-op down in Austin. So literally today, they start delivering to their 120 C stores that ordered the product last week. and they're going to then take this nationwide. So if you're looking at this as a potential investment, we would love to have you, because we know that the best relationship that any retailer has is what a pharmacist has to their patients. But as we build our business on, through this network of 20,000 independent pharmacies, and we hopefully get ubiquitous to hundreds of thousands of locations, as an investor, you would be able to participate in that. So if you're interested in that, please come on board, because we've structured this in a way to make it a way to return your capital back within, here in 2024, and still be able to share in the upside as this product is hopefully out there for many, many years. We've been, just so humbled to have probably 50 something pharmacists that are involved here. I know I see Dee Dee on the call. She's one of our investors. I mean, what a great ambassador to have. And she's just one of many folks that we have with this product. So would love to have you carry the product. I think you'll have a lot of fun with it and bring a lot of attention to, the great services and products that you provide. So I'll pass it over to the next folks. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that, Jonathan. Please meet Jonathan in the chat. If you want to get directly connected with him, you always can reach out to me too, and I can connect you as well. Was Devang here today? Devang, please speak up if you're here. Pharmacy Hub, back up real quick, this is a digital platform that has been developed specifically for community pharmacies, independent pharmacies. Amazing product that is launching that does all of your digital marketing all in one place. It's also you can be your web builder, web hoster, to do all your blog posts, everything. It has some really great digital marketing capabilities for social media, like where you can set up the social media posts, like set them all for the whole entire week and have them run for you. Other amazing patient engagement opportunities with this. So it's everything that you like. I looked at all of the subscriptions that we paid for with email marketing campaigns and the social media posting and everything. It was like 5 different licenses. And so I could eliminate 4 of those licenses and just use this one product. Also part of the NCPA Team Up initiative. So please get with me for more information about that if you need any help. We've covered RX Spark. Let me jump forward here to Real Value. We have Jessica here with Real Value RX. Now, even though they are considered a secondary wholesaler, I know a lot of pharmacies that use them as their primary because their prices just blow the other programs, even with getting your rebates and everything from the big wholesalers. Their pricing is usually fair enough that you don't need those rebates back. So, Jessica.
Hello. So, hello, everyone. As Brett mentioned, we are a secondary distributor, full line generic wholesaler, but we do also serve some clienteles on the primary level. We really do pride ourselves in providing the best price out there. We're all about price transparency. There's tons of secondaries out there. We understand that, but what separates us really is the fact that we have that net pricing, price transparency. So we don't want to do, rebates. We don't want to hold customers to ordering a certain amount just so we can cut them a break on certain drugs, things like that. Every single item that we purchase, we keep in mind to kind of pass on that savings to our clients. And, we purchase every 30 days, which is nice because unless there's a major price increase in the market, if we get a better cost when we go to reorder an item, we pass that savings on to the customer. We also have very generous terms. We do 30-day net terms for clients. We also do have fantastic different order methods. We acclimate to our clients' order style. And also, aside from having, good pricing on our regular maintenance drugs, we also do shine in the items that adjudicate favorably. So we try to help our pharmacies kind of stay afloat and stay ahead of the curve with, new items that we consider our MVPs. And again, they're products that adjudicate favorably. So we have a full line catalog in that respect as well. So we don't just do one or the other, we're full line on both, which is unique for a secondary. Most secondaries will either focus on one or the other. And to that point, we can also help you with program portfolios, kind of helping you with doctor flyers to help you kind of market these items. So we really try to help pharmacies with their marketing materials so we can kind of help them get off the ground with that. And also kind of give you intelligence and data on what's moving in your state, things like that of that nature. We are also partnered with EasyScript RX, which is a benefit check software. It's kind of like a crystal ball, if you will, to all of these kind of specialty drugs that I just mentioned. And we're partnered with them. It's an excellent software to add to your pharmacy. Again, it's like a crystal ball for coverage. We can always help set up a demo with the EasyScript team as well. And just there's some bullet points here, other stuff about our company. We do ship next day. We have low minimum next day delivery, and we also do Saturday deliveries as well. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. And I did leave my contact information here in the chat, so if anybody wants to reach out or have any questions.
Put it in one more time, please. There's been a few people that have joined
Okay.
after and want to make sure they don't miss your contact information. If you have any specific questions for Jessica right now, please meet her in the chat. Wonderful partner of our roundtables here. We really love the team over there at Jessica's company, Real Value RX. So thank you. Up next, I mentioned that we also do things that also can save you money too, as pharmacy owners. And so I want to bring next up on the platform here is Cindy Gordon with Gordon Health Group. She has some amazing programs to help you with major medical.
Thanks, Brick. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to community pharmacists. And I love this venue that you've created. As businesses grow, staffing is essential, especially community types of pharmacies that it's all about relationships. So it's really important to find great people and retain them, make sure that they are happy with the organization. And a key point to all of that is health coverage. We live in the US, you're a pharmacist, you know the importance of good health coverage. And for small businesses, these costs add up. So we love to partner with small businesses to educate them on the vast variety of healthcare options that are out there. You don't necessarily need the United Healthcare or the Blue Cross Blue Shields type of plans. Some of the plans, the alternative plans we have available to small businesses can help reduce premiums by 25 to 30%. So that's a huge advantage to the business owners, but also to the employees who might be contributing to those premiums. But as well, we partner with the small business and their employees to help keep the cost of their medical services as low as possible. So we have a lot of connections with different service providers for labs, for diagnostic tests that can really reduce the costs and help people keep their hard-earned dollars in their pocket. So love the opportunity to connect with you. Just to keep in mind, if you have health insurance benefits for your employees, you're not committed for the whole year. It might not be something that you want to look at on a regular basis, but just know that there's always opportunities to change your coverage through the year and to reduce those premiums. So happy to talk to you, educate you, no obligation, and appreciate the opportunity. My contact information is also in the chat.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. And I'll say the same thing that did to Jessica. Put it in there one more time, just in case there were some people that joined a little bit late and want to make sure that they get your contact information. On that same lines of savings, it won't be included in this roundtable because this is already like drinking from the fire hose here. but we are also partnering with a big law group that they're a law firm first that then also does some tax help for our community pharmacy. So we're going to do a separate webinar series. Damar, one of our key pharmacy consultants, is here today. Damar, what's your tagline? So one area we're going to save tax savings, so they get to keep more of the revenue. But what do you also help pharmacies do?
In the presentation, what we're going to talk about, Breck, is how I can show a pharmacy in less than 5 minutes how to double their profits. And then likewise, if we sit down and do a kind of one-on-one, then actually show them how to find an additional $100,000 in profits just from their business.
Awesome. Thank you. And so that's a new webinar series that'll be kicking off in 2 weeks. So look for that, but some great information again. Pay less in taxes and double your profits will be the program. And then on the lines of your marketing for your pharmacies, I know a lot of our pharmacies kind of count on the Google map to be found by customers. There are up to 60 different platforms that you can be found on. And if you want a free analysis to see if you are the correct information is out there, because sometimes it'll be the wrong phone number for your pharmacy, or it might be the wrong address on some of these listings. This is a free analysis that will go in and check for you and make sure that all that information is correct. So I'm going to put a link in the chat for you. This is just another one of those services that please take advantage of. Or if you've got a marketing person, or you outsource your marketing, make sure that they check into this. Just put in the chat there is the free business listing report. And like I said, there's up to 60 different places of where people could be looking to find your pharmacy. And so this will help drive foot traffic into your pharmacy. All right. Turnkey Wellness. This is a clinic in a box. I'm going to just go really briefly over this because this is so much information. We really need to just set up a one-on-one to get into the details of this. There is some rebranding. It was the Fountain of Youth was the program, kind of the new but this is the collaboration that is quickly growing to be able to help our independent pharmacies bring in additional revenue through clinical services. And what that can mean for you. Think of a retail clinic like a Minute Clinic, like what CVS has, but this is a Minute Clinic on steroids because of the technology that's being used there, the capabilities of focusing on wellness. And so, like I said, the Fountain of Youth doing a little bit of rebranding. We can call it Newco. Brim is the other placeholder for this. Live life to the brim, tagline there. But just in credentialing alone, doing what the work that your pharmacy is already doing, if you're providing vaccinations. I have a client that did almost 10,000 flu shots last flu season, and was getting reimbursed like $17, $18 for those. So he made approximately 167,000. After credentialing, the clinic bills for that. The clinic bills the flu shots, and it's almost $1 million in revenue for that. This, again, like I said, is a full clinic. You only need about 150 square feet to 200 square feet. I'm going to go through this that was just some technology that's being used in the clinic that's amazing. It reduces inflammation, which of course we know that 93% of all diseases come from inflammation. So the focus is really on wellness, but it's an all-inclusive program. Think of it completely separate from your pharmacy, though. In fact, they'll even staff it for you. You own the clinic, they'll staff it, run it, manage it, and you just make the revenue from it if you have the space for it. I believe there's one spot still open for the paid for pilot. So there's funding that's been set aside. But then there's also a whole pharmacy fund that's being set up so that any pharmacy can borrow from themselves from the pharmacy fund and then just pay the fund back. It's not a huge investment to get this set up. It's a lot less than a health franchise. Those usually typically have a startup cost of a couple $100,000 with a 50,000 a year franchise fee, and then a third of your profits go to the franchise. This isn't that. This is a collaboration, both with physicians and with the management group that the Brim group that manages this for you. But it's a separate clinic so that they can bill the on the medical side. If you have room in your pharmacy, you absolutely need to look into this. We can certainly set up an appointment to do a one-on-one and get more into the details of this. The new CEO is here. If you want to just say hello, Michael.
Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for the introduction, Breck. And it's absolutely an amazing program. We'd love to tell you more about it.
Yeah, we'll just schedule my contact information. You'll see that not only is my information there, but there's a Calendly link. If you'll just click on that Calendly link, then we can set up a one-to-one and get you all the details on how to get set up with this. So thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. All right. So I want to make sure that everybody is aware of the Pharmacy Profit Summit that's coming up, because it's just around the corner, March 10th and 11th. If everyone knows Dr. Lisa Fast, she's the one that puts this on. She helps promote a lot of this, the things we do in this event, and we want to return the favor and make sure that you all know about this Profits Summit that's coming up in March there in Dallas. So mark your calendar for that. And Dr. Lisa is going to also take on an advisory role with the whole Brim Wellness Centers as well. She is a part owner of a pharmacy up in Oklahoma that will be one of the pilot sites as well. So just so you know the connection there. I'm going to fast forward here. I was trying to get through some of this pretty quickly so I could get to some information about this device, because this is another one of those cash pay programs, and it goes hand in hand with the nutrition depletion programs that the big wholesalers like McKesson have out there, because this is a really it's a cash program to bring new revenue into your pharmacy, but you can actually tell patients right there on the spot what they may have some deficiencies in. And so wanted to turn some time over to Kent to tell us more about his program with the Functional Wellness Network.
Thanks, Breck. So as a second-generation pharmacy owner and owner of 4 pharmacies, my brother and I are both pharmacists. I needed to bring in 7 or 8 years ago a recognition that we need multiple streams of non-insurance income to survive. Yeah, I had a compounding pharmacy, but the wellness component was going down the street to Vitamin Shop and the chains. And so I was looking for a clinical device. This is FDA invented. It's part of a program to allow you to test, therapy, test. So this has got, it's a simple rental. This is all I do because I'm committed to independent pharmacies. We are the future, but we're being wiped out. And so we need to become the health center of our community. So in order to integrate, because I was all allopathic, into more functional and integrative medicine pharmacy, This device, which is a pulse oximeter that measures lutein, zeaxanthin, astaxanthin, coenzyme Q10, beta carotene. So when I tell somebody that's going on a statin, they need to be on coenzyme Q10 and they walk down the street, I needed to be able to have a clinical medical device to measure them and re-measure them that creates consistent long-term profits and customers. So I increased my customer count. I created a 70,000 my first year and then doubled and tripled that. Wellness center, cash and carry. So the testing is critical. FDA realized that unless we can measure the antioxidant levels, serum-based, this is a pulse oximeter equivalent invented by the NIH. We bought the patents, developed it over the last 20 years. This slide is my favorite because it's what we do in medicine. We test, therapy, retest. So when I would test everybody and show them their gut's not working, they're not absorbing, their nutrient count is low, their antioxidants are low, and then work on an approach, not just supplements, but all that is included in wellness and retest them in 30 to 60 days, I would have a customer for life. And yes, we have supplements that are in the PDR and international, but it's not about that. If you can test it, you can change the outcomes. So it's about the tester. Clinical, FDA invented, got 160 million in it. And thank you, Breck. I'll put my name and number down there. This is all I do today. Functional Wellness Network is our site. Integrative pharmacy, I think, is the future. So I urge you to check it out like I did 7 years ago, and it created a huge increase in my margins.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, thank you, Kent. Appreciate it. And again, I know we threw a ton of information out there today. Please go to the chat. If you have never been on Zoom before, just at the bottom, you should show a chat feature. If it's not right there as one of your easy ones to access, click on More on the far right-hand side before ending the meeting. You'll see the More, and then you'll see the chat in there. Once the chat window is up, at the bottom of the chat, you'll see little icons. There's the little pencil-looking icon for formatting. There's the emoji icon. There's the files. The very far right side of all those icons are 3 little dots. You click on those 3 little dots and save the chat. That will save it onto your computer so you can have all the information that's in here to be able to contact everyone. Most importantly, you can even just click on that live link in my information, the Calendly link, and just schedule a time. Would be the easiest for you too, just so we can get you whatever additional information is needed. But I want to thank all of our presenters today. Some amazing things. Like I said, it's a lot, so I understand that. If you can just take 1 or 2 things and run with those to help bring your pharmacy in. The reason why we're going to launch this second webinar for financial services, for lack of a better terminology, is the programs that we're bringing, just in those passive revenue programs, have the ability to generate, close to $100,000 in new revenue for your pharmacy each year. When you add on what you're going to be getting through the clinical services, now you're looking at $750,000 to $1 million in new revenue. So that's why we want to also make sure that you're being able to protect that revenue and keep more of it. I'm pretty excited also about the pharmacy fund, because that'll just be another revenue generator for our community pharmacies as well. As I said earlier, I love community pharmacy. I'll do whatever I can to help you all be successful. So please take advantage of some of these programs and reach out to me, schedule a one-on-one so we can get you additional details on any one of the things that you've seen today. Again, thank you. Appreciate it. I'm here for I still have 15, 20 minutes for my next meeting, so I'll stick around if there's any specific questions that I can answer for you today.